All right. Hey, we are there. We've done 3 days of some intense training and intense understanding of what resources are available to you. We had a little bit of a mini hack yesterday where we all got to actually sit together and do some crowdsourcing on some data, which was awesome. Turned out so great. And all that comes to today, where we actually start our hacks and get this hackathon started. All right. It's awesome to see everybody. I know it's an afternoon, it's an evening for some of y'all, but everybody looks awake, everybody looks happy, and everybody looks energized. So we can do this and we're ready to go. Are you all with me? Awesome. All right.
Wait, let me do that. Woo!
Thank you, Jamie. I need some sound effects. So today's the kickoff. Today the hack begins. All right. So remind everybody of welcome hackers, welcome mentors, welcome organizers, and my favorite line from the Knight's Tale movie, and everyone else not sitting on a cushion. So if you've never seen the movie before, go see it. It's a great movie. All right. So welcome everybody. This is third annual faculty hackathon that we put together. And it's one of those so different than any of our other hacks. We're dealing with faculty directly. We're not talking to students this time. They're making a face, but this is for us. This is for the content developers. This is for the curriculum developers. This is for the people who are molding and shaping the future of HPC, the future of computational engineers and computational scientists. That is you all. And so we're here with a specific purpose. What is our purpose? Well, let's look at our schedule. So we're going to have our kickoff today. We're going to have our first check-in tomorrow. That's 24 hours from today. We have our very first check-in. And we're going to have a check-in every day until our final check-in on Sunday, when this entire hackathon comes to, well, almost an end, because there's one more aspect, and that is presenting at the Science Gateways conference, presenting your poster, presenting your curriculum, and what it is that you've accomplished during these next few days. So where are we going to go? Well, before we talk about exactly where we're going to go, let's talk about a little bit of what we expect and a little bit of information from one of our very own, very own organizers, Alex Nolte. So Alex,
we developed a code of conduct.
Oh, so Charlie, there, if you don't mind, you need to stop your share and you need to check the box for share sound. I don't think it's
I am sharing sound.
It wasn't quite coming through. Or give it a shot here. Maybe restart. Maybe you had the volume turned down.
Yeah, let me double check the volume. Make sure.
Okay. I see it turned up on the screen in the video.
Yeah. Make sure that Windows isn't weird. Come on, there we go. Because let me 1 second. Sorry about some technical issues, which we always have. I don't think we've ever had one without technical issues. And my computer is just a split second behind my.
That's not true, as far as they know. Like, things usually go absolutely perfectly.
Oh yes, okay, you're absolutely right. I forgot.
Oh, stop.
Come on. There we go. Yeah. So let's crank up some volume. Let's crank up some volume here. And let's see if we can hear our code of conduct video. Take it away, Alex.
To make sure the hackathon will be an enjoyable experience for all, we developed a code of conduct.
You hear that?
Yep. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through the most important points of the code. You can also find it on the hackathon website. The URL is depicted in this slide. We are an inclusive event that welcomes all people, no matter their age, gender, skin color, ethnicity, nationality, religion, or background. We are dedicated to provide a harassment-free environment to everybody, and we do not tolerate harassment in any form. We expect all hackathon participants, mentors, sponsors, partners, volunteers, and staff to comply with this code of conduct. The hackathon staff may take any action they deem appropriate if the code is violated. Potential actions include sanctions, expelling people from the hackathon, or contacting law enforcement. Harassment includes but is not restricted to audio-video recording against reasonable consent, sustained disruption of talks or other events, inappropriate contact, and unwelcome sexual attention. Furthermore, sexual language and imagery is not appropriate at any time during the hackathon. If a situation makes you feel uncomfortable, if you witness someone being harassed, or if you are a victim of harassment yourself, please contact a member of the hackathon staff immediately. They are distinguishable as organizers in Discord. You can also find their contact information under the menu point Organizers on the hackathon website. The URL is depicted in this slide. You're of course welcome to take screenshots and pictures and share them during or after the hackathon with your friends or on social media. You should, however, be aware who and what might be visible in your picture and give people a reasonable chance to opt out. To be sure, just ask yourself if you would like someone taking a picture of you in that situation before taking a picture yourself. We hope that these rules help us all to have an enjoyable hackathon. Good luck.
And thank you, Alex. Alex cannot be with us live. Alex is in Estonia and therefore asleep right now, hopefully. After knowing Alex, he's probably awake. All right, so moving forward, why are we here? All right, and what's the deal with the background? So by the way, those are some other background images that were considered. Here's the thing. We are all faculty. We're all teachers. And at one point in time, we've all been students. What we do is our job is to, well, put new ideas out there into the universe. We are the ones that are essentially guiding students to come up with these new ideas. Just like a dandelion. Each dandelion creates like 1,000 different other dandelions. Each of those seeds spawns into something brand new. That's our job. Our job is to seed, to spread our knowledge to the students. They can take our knowledge, what we've taught them, and make it into something brand new. And this is where you all come in. You all are going to be tasked with a hack, creating a brand new curriculum that's going to spawn off all these brand new ideas. And that is why we are here. And that is why you're with us. And that is the impact that you're going to have on your students with these brand new courses. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the deliverables, what to expect. By the way, other organizers and if you have any questions, feel free to unmute and ask away. It's all good. So your deliverables at the end of this hack, on Sunday, what you're going to talk about is how these deliverables were completed. You're going to be coming up with a completely revised course description with an implementation schedule. You're going to create an assignment of a Gateways community mentor. You're going to have an assignment of a Gateways community mentor to help you provide use cases and resources and the next step of suggestions. You're going to have robust access to the HPC resources for research and instruction. You're going to have opportunities to collaborate with other HPC educators and other technical personnel, especially at the Science Gateways Conference, which is coming up. Understanding of how to collaborate with an educator at their institution on their HPC course revisions. And you're going to meet a bunch of challenges. You all did a great job so far because you did come and hit all of our pre-hackathon training sessions, which was incredible, and they turned out so great. Thank you so much for your input on that. You're also going to be attending the Gateways 2023 conference in Pittsburgh. It may not be known, but there is a $2,000 travel stipend available to you all to help you make your own travel arrangements to Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, at the Gateways conference, you will be presenting a poster on this class that you have developed. The poster sessions was the first training that we did, so you should have an understanding of what you need to include in your poster. And we would like you to produce a blog post on the XG3 curriculum project that we're going to be uploading to the Science Gateways website, where you're going to be talking about your experience. You're going to be talking about your class. You're going to be talking about yourselves and what kind of impact this new class, this new HPC systems that you're integrating, these HPC technologies that you're integrating, what kind of impact that has on you and your students. All right, we all good with that? Sound good? Awesome. Because now we're going to be hearing some words of wisdom from other organizers, not just me. So, organizers, let's tell us some of your wisdom, and we'll just go through on who's available right now. You know what? Hector has become a brand new organizer, and Hector, I still need I'm going to grab your image and throw it on here for the update of the slides. But let's start with you, Hector. You've been in a lot of our hacks. You've been, at a lot. You've been to the Science Gateways conference. You've seen the posters that they presented, and you've been a mentor. So, give us some of your words of advice and wisdom.
Well, first of all, I started as a student several years ago now, I think 2016.
Hector, there are two Hectors.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. We were talking about Hector Santiago.
which
I'm
Hector?
sorry.
All right.
Look at Hector. The other Hector's just smiling like, yeah. Go ahead and tell him.
Okay.
And then I'm not even going to say anything about the fact that you put OG after your Hector, but okay.
Hector Santiago.
All right. You know what?
To be known.
Hector HHC, since you've already started, let's continue
Okay.
down the road.
So I was saying I started 2016 as a student. From that, I then graduated and now I'm working at Aldrich. I think in 2016, I was one of the young scientists. I think that the name now changed.
Here, yeah.
So I was one of the first, and now
You were the first, yeah.
and now I'm a mentor. So I moved from student to mentor.
You were also in our training that we
Yes.
had at Jackson State University with Professor, who is this?
Vince?
Yeah, yeah.
Vince Ortiz.
Yeah, with Professor Prince. That's right. That's where I first met you.
Yeah.
You and Ortiz.
Yes.
Professor.
All right. Well, great to meet you, Hector. So,
To meet you.
okay, Hector Santiago, also who's been affiliated with our hackathons for a very long time, been on a couple winning teams from what I can remember. Also, of course, you've presented at Science Gateways. You've been a student mentor, and you've been involved in a lot of facets of computational engineering, computational science. So Hector Santiago, the OG, you want to give us some words of advice and, so a pep talk for what these faculty members are going to be experiencing over the next 3 or 4 days?
Sure. Yeah. For me, I can't think of a better group of people to have a connection with than the group that, do these hackathons. It's provided me with so many opportunities throughout the years. Provided me with starting with the Coding Institute is where I got to meet most of the organizers, and then through several internships as well, and then getting to attend multiple conferences and Focus Week as well to try and be able to learn to build out these hackathons and make them more sustainable. So my experience with them, really fun. It's a lot about truly just having fun, making it a fun team environment. Jamie and Charlie are very keen on that, big on music, laughter. So if you can incorporate all of that into your time that you spend working on your curriculum and on your presentations and just with your team environment in general, I think it'll be a great experience overall. So looking forward to seeing everything that you all put together.
Thank you, Hector. All right. Let's go to Boyd. Boyd Wilson, everybody. Boyd Wilson has also been with this hackathon group since the very beginning, and brings a lot to the table especially with the resources that Omnibond, that Boyd is the CEO of, that Omnibond brings to our hacks, and we are incredibly grateful for your continued sponsorship and your continued advice and your continued being with this group. So thank you, Boyd. Boyd, any words for what these faculty members are going to be experiencing?
Short and sweet. Enjoy the ride. Have fun while you're doing this.
Yeah.
And Jamie, we all know you.
Hi, everybody. Yes, what I would say is make a plan. There's an old 80s quote from a movie that I actually love more than I probably should. But it was like a father talking to his son, ack, where he said to him, without a plan, there's no action. Without action, there's no victory. And so take some time, make a plan, and then work your plan.
And
That's
of
it for
course,
me.
and Dr. Hayden.
Wow. Okay. So I've had
I
to put,
want to say none of us would be here without Dr. Hayden. So
thank you. Love you much. All of you. So I had the pleasure of working with you to try to get you registered, to try to make sure you were in the system at San Diego, payment system, to make sure that you understand how to make your travel arrangements, which you are supposed to be doing on your own for the conference. You know, we've been through a lot together already. And so but I realized that you're the ones who made it through the process. Not everybody did. And so if you just continue with that spirit, I've talked to some of you and I know how excited you are about the opportunity to bring HPC and Gateway information to your students. And so I'm going to be rooting for you and trying to make sure that you have all you need to make that possible. In fact, this whole team will be providing that same kind of support for you.
awesome. Okay, thank you so much, organizers. Really appreciate you all. Really appreciate the long hours you spend getting this thing off the ground. And it is nothing light. I understand that. Especially, I'm the newest member of this organization, so I can now empathize seriously on everything that goes into these. So, you all are amazing. Do amazing work. All right. So now, let's hear a little bit about our mentors. Oops, let's sorry, back up a little bit. So mentors, if you can, do on the participant window, do some sort of a symbol that we know who the mentors are, so everyone can see who they are, and please introduce yourselves. So Veronica at RNL just raised her hand. So Veronica, if you could introduce yourself, please.
Hi, can you hear me okay? Sorry, I was driving. But hopefully you can hear me. So my name is Veronica Melissa Vergara. I'm an Oak Ridge National Lab. I've been involved with the faculty hacks, since last one, but I've been helping out on different hackathons and student cluster competitions. And I met Jamie through SE, one of the SEs. I don't remember which one anymore, but so I'm group leader here at ORNL. We work in deploying the operations side. So we work on deploying software and testing the systems. And we're always happy to help with any initiatives that are helping us get more people to work in HPC and helping out outreach. So I'm excited to hear what courses we have this time around versus the ones we helped with last time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Veronica. Who else is our... Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, Hector. Hector, HHC. That's who you're going to be known as, by the way. We're going to just call you HHC or double HC. You're going to have some street cred. All right.
Okay.
I think you're there. You go.
I already mentioned something about me. In my case, I also work in Oak Ridge, but I work in science engagement, which we are the research part of the facility. So that's
So-
that's more extra information about me. And yes, I was one of the first scientists or young scientists award in 2016.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow, we've got a great group here today. Okay. Thank you so much, Hector. Hector HC. You can do that, Hector HC. That works. And who else is next? Who would like to go next before we start volunteering people? Elijah, I just saw you turned on your camera. You're definitely next.
Hi everyone, I'm Elijah McCarthy, and I was on this first faculty hack as a mentor, and I'm here again this year. It's always interesting and fun to be part of Hack HPC and all the hackathons that Hack HPC spearheads. I think my first hack was in 2021 or 20. I actually met Dr. Hayden during a workshop or seminar on proposals to the NSF, and that was how we started. And being at ORNL, Veronica has also created the environment where we are able to help out with some of these outreaches, and I'm so excited and glad to be part of Hack HPC and be helping out with the hackathons, and I look forward to helping out this year as well. Thank you.
I'm glad
Awesome.
to
Thank you.
do it without you.
All right. Who would like to go next to introduce themselves?
I'll bring up the tail for Oak
Oh.
Ridge. I'm John Holman. I'm an HPC engineer here. I'm a part of Veronica's group with Elijah, who introduced me to Faculty Hack last year, which was my first Faculty Hack. Participate in a lot of our training events through Oak Ridge and help coordinate some of those and some of our hackathons and things along those lines. And I'm very passionate on the outreach side of things and course curriculum development, and quite excited to participate this year, especially with my alma mater, Kettering University here. So looking forward to see how this goes and can't wait to see how it pans out.
So, all right. Who would like to go now? I think I saw Yvonne raise her hand. Sorry about that. Touch screen.
I thought that was Yvonne.
I thought I was supposed to start dancing.
Yeah, I thought it was walk-up music.
That didn't sound
I
like
know, I
praise
was
dance.
like,
Didn't sound like praise dance music, so I was wondering.
it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yvonne Phillips. I first came to this group last year as a participant in the faculty hackathon, and I came through Dr. Alfred Watkins, who introduced me then to Dr. Hayden, and then I met Jamie and Charlie. I also participated then in the conference. Veronica actually was my industry mentor last year, and so she was extremely helpful in adding a module to my Data Science 1 course, as well as she provided us information for a nice group of students to participate in the Oak Ridge. It was a
Winter crash course?
the winter crash course. Thank you. Exactly. I remember all the components of it, but yes, it was a winter crash course. So we had, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5, but then what we were able to do was pair with Oak Ridge during the spring semester. And my course, as well as Dr. Watkins' course, we joined forces, and we had about another 11 students to complete the crash course, as well as myself. I went through it too. So, during that time, what I can absolutely say then is that, I really, it was great to think beyond the competition, because so while competition was extremely motivating, I have to emphasize, that the primary goal was to learn. and to improve, my skill set as well as my student skill set. So that's what I really appreciate it. What I have to also add then is that I am a professor over at Morehouse College, also Morehouse School of Medicine, and I teach several different data science topics.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eureka. I'm looking
Do I
forward to
get
seeing what
music
this
to go
year's
back
version-
out? Because I
I
can skate.
can,
I can skate.
I can
back
play you
out.
something.
It's
Should do that. All right. Who'd like to go next? We still have a few mentors out there we have not heard from yet.
Well, I'll go.
Oh, hey, Alfred.
Good evening, all. This is Al Watkins, Department Chair of Computer Science at Morehouse College, a member of the ADME board, and proud alumni of the Faculty Hack. So my partner, carried us, and I was pleased to assist her in joining the team here. And so it's great to come back now and help other faculty who are looking for ways to enhance their curriculum with HPC. So looking forward to this year's experience, and ask us anything. We won't guarantee we have the answers, but we know people.
That's right. And Al is also a member of the SGX3 External Advisory Board.
Thank you. I want some
Right.
theme music, though. I will say that. I have to figure that out.
everybody can't get it.
That was funny.
There
I
you go.
thought it was on purpose.
That's for you, Al.
Oh, that's pretty good.
This dirty old part of the city when the sun refused to shine.
All right.
Alrighty.
I'll send you a playlist.
I'm just seeing a little random button over here. Thanks so much, Al. It's great seeing you again. All right. I'm running out of. Has everybody gone? We heard from everybody. Mentors?
Muhammad. I don't think we've heard from Muhammad yet.
I think you're right. We have not.
I'm here.
Can't forget CSU.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Muhammad Bakri. I am faculty member at Elizabeth City State University, Electrical and Computer Engineering. Yeah, actually, I participated in the event the last time. It was excellent experience. I actually Gateways and HBC actually, I learned a lot about this concept, and actually I started to talk with my student about this type of tools available online. So it was enjoyable, the experience for me, and that's why I'm here this year to know more. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Okay, who have we not heard from yet? Dr. K. We have not heard from Dr. K yet. You're definitely a mentor.
Yes, indeed. So the thing here is almost everyone here has been a mentor to me in one way or another. Every face you see here, just to name a few, Dr. Hayden, she's always been my mentor. Mr. Wilson, I don't know where you're hiding, but I can't wait to talk with you. I even noticed we're going to be mentoring the same team. I can't wait because you've mentored me a lot. And, Jimmy and Charlie, I don't know what to say, but you guys.
Yes, less is better. Less is better. No.
Yes, it's better, right?
You guys have mentored me in so many different things that I cannot even just, go over that list. If it was an access control list, it would be maybe 20 items I would have to read. I've had people like Elijah, direct mentoring. Last time we had the same, I think it was the same event, kind of like the one we got here. Dr. Watkins, you mentor me in so many ways, indirectly. You might not know, but you do. And that applies to almost everybody else in this group, because just being here and seeing what you can do, I mean, I don't have to be directly involved, but I'm still learning. Like everybody here has seen, this is a learning process. And this is a place I feel good being, and I know I will, even this one, I will learn something. I'm 100% sure that I will learn something new. I've actually participated in some hackathons before. I'm not new. It so happened, actually, I was a team mentor. I think it was back in 2022, where my team actually won the Judges Choice Award. And I participated in FacultyHack. Was it in San Diego, someplace? And we got the Best Poster Award. So yeah, the struggle continues. I can't wait to see what's next. Charlie, you set the ceiling for me, and I'll break it. Thank
Awesome,
you,
Doctor. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words, too. I appreciate it. It's always great to hear. Okay, we heard from everybody. All right, so I think we kind of have.
There is actually one other mentor, but we've heard from her over the course of the week, and that's Fernanda.
Oh yes,
Voltron
I'm
Data.
looking for Fernanda. I couldn't find her on the list.
Right. I'm not sure what, I'm sure there is something going on that work related that she has to get done. But Fernanda, like I said, we've heard from her all week. You've heard her excitement and some of her brilliance. She was a part of ORNL about 5 years ago, which is why I keep mixing her up. But she's from Voltron Data, and of course, I know she is really looking forward to working with her team as well.
And finally, before we continue, I see that we actually have a representative from SGX3 with us today, besides us. Claire, I see you hiding back there. You wanna give us some words of advice here?
Sure. It's a pleasure to meet you all. And thank you very much for being a part of Faculty Hackathon. We're looking forward to seeing your posters, and I will be there in person at Gateways. So very excited to see what you all come up with.
Awesome. Thank you. And the last thing I'd like to see, could we show like in the participants window, could you give us a reaction, like raise a hand or blow a trumpet or whatever, if this is your very first hackathon? Awesome. Wow. That's great to see. So if you can kind of tell already, those of us who've kind of gotten to know each other over the last few years, we're building a community. We go through thick and thin with everybody. When we do our presentations, when we do our posters, when you see the final applications from previous hackathons, our blood, sweat, and tears are in those deliverables, are in everything we put together. So it becomes very personal to us. We all are going through this journey as a group, and we're all going to be, at the end of it, we're all going to come through as a group, and we're going to be a stronger group because of it. And so that is the ultimate goal of this hack. Now, yeah, sure, we got those listed deliverables. We have to have these clear, concise deliverables. But the one thing that we don't have listed, and that's probably the biggest outcome, is a community that we're all going to be forming, by spending this time together for the next few days. All right, Jamie, you know what time it is, right?
Actually, no, I don't. Oh God. Oh, okay. I thought you needed me to do something. Whew.
No, I'm just saying. So before we get our hack going, Boyd Wilson of Omnibond has a brand new application that they've been testing out and working with called Project Eureka. Now, mind you, Boyd, I'm not sure if the exclamation part is part of your name for Eureka or not, but I can't type Eureka without putting an exclamation mark at the end of it. So, Boyd, before we start with our hack, Boyd, would you like to give us that rundown of Eureka?
Yeah, be happy to.
All right. So I'm going to go and stop my share, and I'm going to hand it off to Boyd. And Boyd, floor is yours.
Click share too fast. There it is. So when we started doing these hackathons, this is my 3-tab slideshow. Slide presentation. I guess I'll go through 3 tabs, and but we were developing a product called Cloudy Cluster, and we used it and demoed it and did some things. But as we've worked through these hackathons, some of the requirements of using this type of technology as part of a hackathon or more in a learning situation kind of just wove its way into the architecture. And so that's why y'all get to be guinea pigs. This is, nowhere near done, but it's done enough and stable that we can use it for the stuff we want to use it for the hackathon. But it's real exciting, and hopefully, we get some feedback. We got a bunch of really smart computer scientists in the room now, so they can come back and say, well, and we love the knows. So please feel free. So this is about science gateways. So one of the things that I like to point out is, just looked up the Wikipedia definition of science gateways. Provide access to advanced resources for science, engineering, and researchers, educators, and students through streamlined, online, user-friendly interface. Defines a bunch of cyber infrastructure. You could read the rest, but one of the things that, as we work through science gateways, is there's lots of different ways to do that. There's science gateways that are very specific to a discipline or even an application, to just simplify the process of getting data in, processing, get your output. And other ones are more generic. I like to look at Project Eureka as kind of a more generic platform for, science gateways. And on our old project, Cloudy Cluster, we even had, Tapis and other things integrate with it and use it as a back end to do different parts and all the automation. But I kind of see this as a building block, but in some level, it kind of, parts of it is kind of like a gateway. So instead of sending a lot of slides talking about it, at the end, after we get in, I'll show a little bit. Well, actually, we've got a bunch of computer scientists. We'll just kind of talk about the architecture real quick, because, you're a bunch of computer scientists and engineering types. And we're just going to look at this one slide. And what we've tried to do is integrate, or we're working on doing, is integrating, a project-based UI integrated with Open On Demand. We have a Omni scheduler that we're writing that has the ability to dispatch and launch and work with more things than your typical batch scheduler, and it can even interface with batch schedulers like Slurm or will down the road, like we did with Cloudy Cluster. But it really provides you that seamless interface. And at the same time, it's actually deploying cloud resources on the fly behind the scenes. So then you don't have to worry about all of that. So this is an architecture. And if someone wants, if we want to spend time going into that, I'd love to geek out about that sometime, maybe at the Gateways conference. But I really just wanted to get in and show people what we have running. Now, since I set up all these projects, Mary set up the environment for us, and there's definitely other developers that are behind the scenes here, but I set up all these projects and I tried to look at the spreadsheets and get the right people in the right groups, and we'll see how that goes, and we can fix it easily. But the whole concept here is you have projects, you have research projects or teach courses that you want the same data and compute resources and people working and collaborating together. And so if you see, we just took the university of the participants, put in the name, hope I didn't mess any of those up, and then I have my little demo one we're going to play with. And so, you can go in, you create projects, and I'll just show you. And then when you go into the projects, you have name, and you can do an OpenAI stuff if you want. But then you just add people that you want as part of it. So, I don't know, we'll add Hector just because Hector's there. And And so you have this interface, and the whole point of this part of the interface is we're really trying to provide data science workstations for people that are in the cloud that share the same data that they would do HPC computation with. So your computing and your data and everything is all accessible in one place. It's not necessarily in one place, it's accessible from one place. So one thing, the concept is you have launchers, and these are standard applications that you know about, like desktop is just a Linux desktop, VS Code, RStudio Jupyter. We'll pick Jupyter. We're going to say this instance type is right, but you could choose other instance types. If you wanted to pay for a GPU, we could do a GPU, and then you just add it. And then this is ready to go. So when I click launch, it actually uses Terraform, which I didn't really highlight here, TerraSpace and Terraform to deploy an instance. This one's currently running in AWS. And then that deploys, and then takes, a few minutes for it to deploy and set up the application. And this is leveraging Open on Demand. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Open on Demand. It's very interesting. Several Science Gateways conferences, we used to have these Cloudified Gateways programs, how to incorporate the cloud into, your gateway. And then Alan Chalker from Ohio State Supercomputer Center came, and we were talking, and we actually did one of these with them. And then we eventually, to get Open on Demand to work, based on that prototype, we actually included and incorporated Open on Demand in Cloudy Cluster. And now we actually have extended this project user interface inside of Open on Demand. So if I go into, I got the URL, right? Dramatic pause. Is the timeout? Did I mess it up? No, I didn't. And so you can go in here and I can see the active jobs. There's one job that's waiting to run. That's the one that's queued that I just launched. You can also look at interactive sessions, clusters. Cloud Jump actually takes you automatically back to this UI that I was already showing you. So this is kind of integrated with Open on Demand. And so as that's spinning up, and I'll show you how that works, we have each one of these set up. And to log into this, you just go to gateways.omnibond.com. And then each person is set up with the username as their first initial last name, as it was outlined in, when you signed up, or in the spreadsheet I got from Linda. We'll say it that way. And then the password, since your phone number was in there, we just made your password your phone number without any dashes. So people can go there, log in. If we didn't have your password, and I'm trying to find that spreadsheet to get a list of people we didn't have their phone numbers in the list, then you got 864, because that's my area code, and then 8675309 is your password. And there's just a few of those. And we're all friends here. We're not, we don't care about sharing passwords for that little thing. And then we have these groups. And so we'll get back here. And so this is running, it's pending. Chug, chug, chug. Almost there. But when you log in, you will probably only see mentors might see 2 of these if you're helping mentor a couple of them. I am going to get Jamie and Charlie added to all of them so they can see what's going on. And then you really can go in, and I already set up launchers for Jupyter, desktop, VS Code, RStudio. So, you can go ahead, when you're in there, you can launch. Now, when you're seeing active sessions, you're only seeing what you launch. You won't see what someone else launches, because it's kind of like an individualized compute node just for you. But but the data is all mounted to the same location. You'll generally work from your home directories, but if you want to share, you can, there's ways you can share to a shared space, which I'll show in a minute. Well, let's see if that launched. Yeah, so then when I connect, and sometimes Jupyter, I do it a little too fast and it gives me an error. We'll see if I'm too slow or too fast or slow enough. So there's Jupyter. And so right here is actually your home directory, or it's actually my home directory. So if I go down here and log in to my little shell here and say yes, and put my password in. So I'm in my home directory right now. So there's on demand and projects. I say touch me, as in me. Anyway, that sounded really bad, but anyway.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, one of those things, I didn't want to type my name out and it really sounded bad. And then there's me in there, and we don't like that name because that's like inappropriate. So we're going to rename that. And then there's a file. Go back to the SSH session. LS, it's now Boyd. So everything's shared. That's your home directory, and you have access. Now, if you want to collaborate beyond that, and that shell button's right down here. There is the storage manager, which is a work in progress. And this is all interfacing a product called iRods. And so if you want to collaborate and share between people, you can copy something out of your home directory into this space, which you can get to from a mount point. Or if you want to get something from your desktop, you can copy it here to the shared space just by file upload. There's a screenshot. Why not? Because we were tweaking the UI, always working on stuff. So there's a screenshot. It's sitting up there. You can create folders. And then you can expand, look at the folder. I can move this into the folder if we want. It's moved into the folder. So this is kind of a place where you can copy files and share, and other people can get it. Eventually, you'll be able to do some work from this space, but we have some work that we're still doing. So it's probably better to do work in your home directories right now. And so that's how you do it. So you can go through and you can launch any of these applications. You go back to home, go back to the project you're in. And if there's another application you want that we don't have, that I didn't create for you, here's the applications available: Desktop, VS Code, RStudio, Jupyter, Spider, and Stata. And there's a lot of kind of just pre-installed libraries and everything just sitting on the desktop if you want. And so we'll just add the desktop. We'll launch that in case we want to come back to it in a minute. But that's really the overview. So you can just easily get at your data, share things, launch things. Everything's mounted to the same home directory, depending on whatever you're doing. And you can even just, if you want to get files up in Jupyter, if you have a notebook you want to drag up there, you can just drag and drop files straight into your notebook. I'm on my laptop and too many screens open, so I can't even get to something I want to drag down there. Yeah, here's a little mid-journey triangle thing. So there it is. It's uploaded. So there's lots of different ways you can upload files and things, and it's hopefully very easy to use. And each person's working on their own instance, so you won't take cycles from each other. And the one cool thing we've added for the hackathon, if I can get to the right window now, is the ability to pause. So there's a little pause button. Eventually it'll be an icon that says pause. If I hit pause, it actually stops the instance and saves it to a file, but doesn't delete it. So it doesn't terminate it, it just stops it. So if you want to come back the next day and you want to you say if you have a data set you wanted to copy local on the image, or on the local drive versus the shared drive. The shared drive is in your home directory, that's saved elsewhere. But if you had a big data set that you wanted to put locally under /temp or something, then you could save it, and then you could come back to it later. Or if you're in Jupyter and you installed 5 or 6 things and you don't want to have to reinstall those things next time you come in, then you stop it, you pause it, and then you come back, and when you resume, all those things are already pre-installed. You don't have to worry about it if they installed stuff locally versus in your home directory. So that's another thing that we've added for this. So I
Boyd,
hope
real quick.
Go ahead. Yes, please.
I'm sorry, just a real quick question. If they did not put their phone number in, did you say there was an alternate password?
864-867-5309. Call Jenny.
So the email and the
There we go.
phone number that was used to set up your account can be found in that spreadsheet that's in Discord. So if you go to Discord and look for the spreadsheet, in the yellow area is your information that was used to set up your account.
309.
And we could have fat fingered something. So, if it doesn't work, just let me know. I don't do a good job at looking at chat while I'm talking. So, but
That's okay.
Not a problem. We got your back, Boyd.
Yeah, the only error we came across so far that I came across, if you use the link with all the URL parameters embedded into it, the big thing with the the auth, LDAP, login, question mark, et cetera, it does give you a gateway not found.
That was my fault. I'll take care of that on the site.
Okay, I was going to say, if you get rid of all that and just go with gateways.omnibond.com, it seems to work just fine.
Science Gateways.
No, it's just gateways.omnibond.com.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I'm correcting that on the site right now. So
okay, I posted the update, or what the link worked in the chat.
Sorry about that.
And these teams should coincide with what's in the spreadsheet. If you get an empty screen when you come up and there's no active projects, that means something happened and it just didn't get you added. I tried to double check. Again, just put a message out there and let me know.
Boyd, do you mind if we take a hot second just to see if people can log in?
Oh, please, yeah, please. That's why I didn't prepare a lot of stuff, because I'd rather people get going than doing stuff.
Not a problem. Thank you, sir. Logged in. So Yvonne got in. Good. All right, Hector got in. Getting password mismatch for Holman JK at ornl.gov with the blanket password. Let's make sure that Holman was in here. JK, is it JK Holman? Oh, Holman JK. I don't think he was in here, and I think that might be the issue. So Holman JK, so in chat, Boyd, actually I will send it to you because I don't think you can. Oh, J Holman.
Eliza mesh. Yeah, I'll try what Eliza meant. Let me.
Yeah, that was
that did the trick. That got me in.
No, I see Holman JK as the email address in here for him.
Yeah, and the username is the first initial last name. We didn't use the email username part.
Okay. So just the beginning. I told people it was the email address, so it's just the username. So before the @ sign.
It's not before. It's first initial last name is the username. We didn't use the email as part of it. Sorry, that was just. We were scurrying a couple hours ago getting these all created. So once we
so let me change the directions here. I'm sorry, you all. Then that would be my fault. So you're saying their username. Say it one more time, because I want to make sure I do it right.
Their first initial, last name.
First initial.
Smushed together.
First initial, last. First initial and your last name. No dot or anything, just all together?
It's all smushed together.
Okay, excellent. And let me make sure I add the alt password here just in case. Because I'm just going to copy this and paste this back in the chat for everyone. All right, so I've currently updated Discord. So if you're in the Discord, which you should be in Discord, it is there. And here's the other one. Down the song's gonna be stuck in my head. Thank you, boy. I appreciate that.
Well, I add a little bit of levity to that, so you'll just have to make that my walk-up song the next few times to get even.
Just for giggles, so we can kind of see how this will happen if they were to do this for their students. Would you mind adding my user, Void?
To where?
Just to the demo.
I think I've already added you to all of them, but
okay.
But that's okay.
No, that's fine. Let me
well, if he wants to see a sample, you could add me.
Oh, that's true.
4.
And every time I put it in, I'm like, I'm going nine. Yes.
Now, why don't I see you in here, Linda? Were you not in the spreadsheet, Linda? Anyway, I think we need to add Linda. So here we'll just add Justin. So you just add someone like that and hit save. I mean, I don't.
Could you show that list more times? I want to make sure I'm on it.
Yeah, you're on it. I saw you.
You're JPal.
Okay. What did you use the 8675?
Yes, because we didn't, because Mary didn't have your phone number. I would have looked you up, but
no, it's not a problem at all. I just want to make sure that
this is what the VNC session looks like.
That's really cool, Boyd.
So you have access to Linux from that too.
Oh, this is terrible. I think oh, you know what? Let me make sure that I'm not doing it that way. We'll do J Powell and we will do
okay.
Boyd, Veronica can get in.
Yeah, let me.
Same here, buddy.
Okay.
So you're in a class, you're going to be using this for the day, you're getting them set up for the semester, and you need to correct this. Then inside of your account, you'll be going to whatever project they're in. And then over to the settings gear. And JPaul, yeah, it's there.
Yeah, let me see what's in the spreadsheet on that one. That means I have to find the spreadsheet. Give me 1 second. There it is. Everyone can play along. Excuse me. Yeah, that should be.
You think you might fat finger the password?
Yeah, it might be. We'll just have to reset the password. And Mary will have to do that. So we have yours and Jamie's. Is anyone else broken?
Let me double check. Maybe if the password's there in that file. Oh no, we can't see the passwords. Could you copy the cell for my, or scroll back over to see if I'm there? I know it's there.
See this. So there's actually another tab. I created. I've got all these. Let me make the faces go away. Zoom likes to control all corners of my screen. So this is, yeah, it's 864-867-5309. You tried that?
Isn't that crazy?
And same with Veronica.
That explains it. Let's try that again.
Yeah, so they're the ones that got the generic password, so everyone can go hack their account. You can hack all the mentor accounts.
Oh, good. That's what I want.
Nine.
Well, I don't want to hold people up if it's.
Well, I think Veronica's having the same thing.
Mine worked now, actually.
Oh, it did work? Okay.
Am I remembering the lyrics wrong? I could be.
Well, in the song, there was no area code. So that was throwing me out. I wasn't sure what the area code was to Jenny. But now we know Jenny's area code is 864. Oops.
So Jamie's the only one that.
Yeah, it wants to be a pain.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm able to get in. Cool.
Okay, I messaged.
Yeah,
Mary.
I was having issues because my last name is spelled D-E-Y. And so I was doing that notice on the spreadsheet is D-A.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Okay.
I can
Change
pretend
it
to be
right
Charlie
now,
Day the
then.
actor. All right.
So how would you change the password in there? Are you able to do
Wait,
that?
we
from
don't have the admin interface built yet,
Okay.
so yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You will be able to, but you know that's the TBD. We're doing a lot of core work right now. But one of the things we wanted to do was really work on the user experience, the day-to-day user experience. A lot of times when you're developing software, you spend all your time doing the setup and kind of admin stuff because that's what you have to do before you can get to anything. And so therefore, the thing that gets the less usability time is the actual day-to-day user experience. So we turned that on its head and built the day-to-day user experience and just use scripts and other things to do the other stuff. So we're always using the day-to-day as we build out the other stuff. So we kind of are trying a different approach. So we keep refining the day-to-day user experience as we're building out the other parts. And we're working on the data integration with the scheduler and those types of things right now.
Well, yeah. All right.
So everybody got in.
So it is what it is.
Mary's looking into it, so we'll get it.
Oh, is Mary in the? I can put her in the group here. So I think she's on Discord.
Yeah,
she should be.
She might already be on the list. I was just messaging her in our little G chat thing.
Okay. I think she is. Yep, I got her. Let me ooh.
And so another interesting thing that we didn't do is we built a little chat applet that actually hits the OpenAI project, and you can upload a file like a PDF or something into a folder, then you reference that folder here. I don't have the API key in there. You have to, and I got an API key we can share if people want to play with this. And then you actually put the path to the file in there. So any files in there, and they need to be small because they're dumped into Chat GPT every time. It's not like a chat. It's a, what's the fish on Finding Nemo Dory? It's like, hello, here's the data. It's like a chat, but you have to feed it all the data every time. And then, but you can actually put an annual report in there, and you can ask for summaries. It's actually kind of cool. We'll probably turn them into different apps. So, but if you want to play with that, I can help you set that up too. So hopefully this is helpful during the hackathon. And let me see what Mary said. Mary's looking at it. And anyway, so we don't need to, I can. give
Yeah,
James-
no. Don't hold on because me. We'll get her together.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
How
but that's
are we
it.
doing, everybody? Everybody in? I'm looking at the chat. Looks like everybody. I'm not seeing anybody with issues yet. So awesome, fantastic. This is going to be an awesome resource. Here's the thing. I want to make a small mention about what Omnibond has done in the past. So as Boyd said, that we're guinea pigs on this brand new Project Eureka that they just launched this past summer and have been working on it. It's been kind of tell. In the past, Boyd's company, Omnibond, has had other resources, other applications, other software packages that we have used in our hackathons. And he has taken this information from these hackathons and update and make a better application. So your all's feedback on how you're able to integrate your curriculums using Project Eureka is going to help Boyd out a lot. So yeah, give Boyd as much feedback as you can on the entire process. It's pretty impressive, and it's a very impressive company and a great product of what they do. So any questions so far, everybody?
Yes. Oh, I'm in now. I got it. I'm in.
Awesome. Jamie's in.
Plan. Let me tell Mary. Also, keep in mind, Omnibond has graciously provided this service for us to work on during the faculty hack. So there is cost associated with it. I just want you all to know that like you said, it's actually running on AWS, correct?
Yeah, this is running on AWS in one of our cloud accounts.
Right. So I don't want y'all to think. So a lot of times we get in the mindset of, you all have heard me tell students this, that Google Colab is free up to a point. Some of y'all actually using in your classrooms as well. There is cost associated with cloud computing. However, my question to Boyd, so first, thank you to Omnibond for doing that for us. But then second of all, let's say that there is a professor here that they have decided that they want to adjust their curriculum and even though they can use other ones, but they specifically do want to use Eureka, Project Eureka. What process would they need to go through with you all in order to set up like a project in order to do that for, let's say one course or one semester?
Yeah, and the way it's going to work is this will have to be set up, and we're going to be doing AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, and we're actually going to be our plan is to do a KVM implementation, and we haven't done that yet. So you can actually run this on-prem based on your own HPC cluster. Essentially, those type of nodes is what we're looking at. So it really depends on where you want to run it. If you want to run it in the cloud, we would just help you set it up, and then you would just go do like that. And there'll be an admin interface that you can add people. You can synchronize things with identity systems or, Active Directory. All of those things will come eventually. So, but you basically work with us, and we want to make it cost effective for the classroom, so people can use it. But it's really, you have to have a place to run it.
Oh,
and
that is
then
fantastic.
Yeah. So anyway, but we're kind of working on that. We're even looking at having a free model. Now, we can't do the cloud for free because then we'd lose money. We're not doing a lose money model. We'll do a free model and a freemium model, where then if you want just kind of the basic features you're looking at now, you can install it and run it. You don't get any support because that would be a negative thing. But that way people can use it and there can be a community around it. But if you want some of the advanced features like data routing between clouds or job routing between clouds, or some of those advanced features that we haven't got to yet, including billing and budget management, and there's some other things that'll be for pay, but we're looking at having a freemium model for this just to make it easy for people to use wherever they want to use it.
So I do want to ask, and I'm saying this based off of hackathon experience. One of the things that can sometimes be a challenge is and so you can relate this to classrooms, is after a hackathon, actually removing all the instances to make sure that you don't get a surprise at the end of a month in the form of a bill. So when you're hitting pause on these different instances, is it actually pausing it, or are you able to delete it and it'll actually delete from your AWS account and all that good stuff?
So, and the end button deletes it.
Okay.
The pause and resume stops it from running, but leaves the disk storage there. So there's still disk storage when you're in pause mode, but you're not paying for the memory and CPU, which is, probably, 80% of the cost when you're doing stuff. And then, but when you hit the end button, it actually deletes that instance and it's gone, and all your data is associated with it is gone. Now, anything you put in the shared space is still there until you delete the whole environment, and then everything goes away.
Okay.
And there's buttons in here that deletes the whole environment, so you can't accidentally do that right now. That's another one of those admin things.
So then the last thing I would have here is, and this is based on research. So sometimes you all may want to do some research as well. If I had cloud storage somewhere, now I'll do the ones that are semi easier, which is going to sound weird. So like your Azure or your AWS or your Oracle, and or your Box, your Globus, your Google Drive. Do you foresee Eureka actually having connections to those drives in the future?
So initially, we're going to connect to buckets. Now, Cloudy Cluster actually lets you create shared Google Drive. So, I mean, we've done that. There is a problem where Google has said it's no longer free to use Drive for research. So we've had a lot of universities say we'd really like to get that data out and manage it some other way with an easy UI. That's one of the reasons why we're building a easy UI. One of the things in the storage manager, let me share just real quick, just because you asked the question. I can explain it easier when I wave my hands or show something. So when you go to the storage manager, so right here where it says project storage, that's just kind of the default project storage. We're hoping by supercomputing, we'll be able to demonstrate that you could actually create S3 buckets in this, and they will show up right here. So this isn't just, the goal is not to make this just a storage manager for one file system. It's actually a cross storage manager. So you could actually move or copy. And the same infrastructure for that would be what we use for an HPC job if you wanted to stage data in and out. And we're actually leveraging iRods and working with the iRods team for that. And iRods, actually, you mentioned Globus, actually has a Globus connector. So and we do a lot of work with Globus, and Globus was integrated with Cloudy Cluster. So that way, you'll have a way to get Globus data in and out as well. So it's really kind of extending that concept to it's really managing everything, all the storage you need, or providing access to it. And it's not just you can only have one storage place. Really, it's wherever you want. And then even down the road, build the rules so you can say everything that's older than this, put it in Glacier type of things, and it could show up in here at some level.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like for instance, here at TAC, we have Corral, and Corral has a MinIO front end where we could, actually get the S3 bucket link. And so adding it in there so you can access the data that's already on a system, that you're not being charged for the storage, but you just want to use the compute power, will add that extra little bit of the easy button, so to speak.
Yeah.
What about you all? See, you can tell I will geek out over this, but what do you all think about that? I'm actually starting up a Jupyter instance right now to see if the collaboration is there. I think it is, but I want to check.
Yes.
Let me in. What? Oh, y'all know what you're doing? No questions?
Oh, I'm sure the questions are going to come.
Uh-oh,
Okay.
almost there. Almost in there.
All right. Should we proceed here? Or do you want to double check that first, Jamie?
Oh, I can double check while we move because I know we have,
All right.
the work to do.
Yes, because we have lots of work
I
to
do
do.
want everybody to take a moment though, and I know I'm talking to y'all like your students. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Y'all know how this goes. Y'all are professors too. You all are about to jump into a hackathon where you're going to be modifying your curriculum. You may have some ideas in the back of your head that haven't quite become fully formed. Boyd is one of those people that his knowledge expands far beyond just this piece of software that he showed you. If there's something you're trying to work through, I highly suggest you ask. And keep in mind, we're family. There's no competition here. We're not competing against each other. We're building a community. We're here to help and support each other. So if you have a question or you have an idea that it's not quite fully formed, throw it out there. Now's the time.
Hello.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. Well, the first question always whenever I learn a tool like this, if I wanted to use it in my class environment, I need to have an instructor, model where basically I can create accounts for the students and I can add whatever I wanted to add from those components and I can monitor progress. I don't know if this is possible in this platform. I was able to create instances of Jupyter and RStudio and everything looks nice and great, but like I say, will be that's the first question, and the second one, my experience with a lot of those is that always the devil is in the details.
Always.
The next happened probably with only one student, but every other student will face different kind of issues, and if it's not in your control, it's a suffer sometimes. You don't know how to help them, and you are not sure how quick they will get help.
Yeah, those are all good. Now the knowing the status and where they are, it'd be interesting on ideas for that. I actually spent a good number of years in my career at Miami University of Ohio, kind of heading up the computing for the engineering school, which is, computer science and engineering. So I actually know I had to deal with a lot of students and technology in the classroom. But I'd be very interested what you think, if there's a way to monitor progress. Now, one of the things we are looking at on the second part of your question, we do want to have, and we were already talking about it earlier, we're planning on having a kind of a project owner's view, which would be kind of like the instructors. You could also have TAs help you out. It's that owner view that you could say, oh, this person left that running, I'm going to pause that because it's hitting my budget. You know what I mean? There's that kind of control. Or you can hit start. There might be some logs that you'd like, if people haven't even started something, maybe we should, it's like, well, they're going to get into trouble, if they haven't even started one of these, they're obviously not doing the work. So that's where that kind of feedback and what works in a classroom would be very interesting. But yeah, we do want to provide owners with the ability to do things. And yeah, the creating accounts, there's kind of two different ways. We're going to do federated integration with like Shibboleth or AD. So if their accounts are in AD, it can just automatically be provisioned into the system. And then all the faculty member would have to do is put them in the right projects. And we could go beyond that, but that's kind of the easy way. You search for them and they pop up. But yeah, that's good feedback.
So I'm just forewarning you, I am doing a pip install Jupyter collaboration right now. We're going to see how this goes.
I think that is that where you send the link to someone else?
Yes.
I think how Open On Demand implements it, I don't think it's going to work, but let's try it.
I'm trying. I think I need to restart the kernel. They don't let you do a kernel restart? Oh, no. I still need to kick it off. Let's see here. Restart kernel. Restart. We're going to see. By the way, you all, so all of us have very unique and directed specialties and Python libraries you want to use. Now's the time to hop in here and try to do some pip installs to try it out. Like some of those weird ones. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like for me, the weird one is GeoPandas. It's gotten better over the years, but good Lord, it was horrible before to try to get it in somewhere.
Yeah. And this base image is still CentOS 7, so there's
right.
Okay, so I know I added
all right.
it. Do I turn it on?
So how are we feeling, everybody? Feeling still a little nervous, still a little anxious. Is it time to get things started, Jamie?
I just want to make sure as long as people are good to go, I'm good to go.
You're all good to go. There we go. My thumbs up. All right.
If I'm asking too many questions, but this is my first time.
No, help yourself.
Questions are great.
Making sure I'm following the structure. So when are we going to propose, the idea, the components? Is that in those upcoming days or in the actual?
Yes, so within the upcoming days, tonight we're gonna keep it a little easy. All right. Let's go to the next slide. And I think your questions will start being answered. All right. So the way the hackathon works is we have a series of check-ins, right? We'll have a check-in today. Technically, we'll have our kickoff today. Tomorrow at this exact time at 5 p.m., we're gonna have our first check-in. We're gonna give you some challenges to do today. And those challenges are what you're gonna report on at tomorrow's check-in. Then we'll give you some more challenges tomorrow. And those challenges you'll report on at the next check-in. And then you'll have your final set of challenges, and that's what you're going to work on for your final check-in. And then each check-in, you're going to give us like 3 minutes just to give a quick update on where you are with everything, how everything is working, how you're feeling. And then we're going to move on until your final presentation on Sunday, where you will be presenting us essentially what you're putting into your poster. All right. And feel free, organizers, correct me if I'm wrong on anything at all, or if I'm misstating something. But that's a great lead-in, is that, to our what to expect. So first thing, I'm going to go show you this slide, because I know these next two slides are logically out of order, but there's so much on this, I wanted to cover this first. So one of your major deliverables is this GitHub repo that we've been talking about. Doc wanted me to go ahead and give you a heads up on what that repo should entail. So your GitHub repo should contain the following: contact information for the faculty and the mentor. All right, so I like a little document that's going to have all that in stuff there. Headshots of the faculty member or members, if you're in a 2-person team, and your mentor. HPC support and accounts for your course, include the URL and a brief description. A list of 3 or 4 gateway references, and include those URLs to the gateways and a brief description on how you use those and what the gateway entails. A list of the HPC tools that you used for your hack. That might be like Project Eureka. The updated course syllabus that you created. Your next step suggestions from the community mentor. That is essentially, well, where do we go from here? We got this base course done. What's next? And then your 2-year course implementation plan and schedule for. So we're looking at from spring 2024 up to fall 2025. Your poster, which conforms to the template that Dr. K introduced 2 days ago. your two-page blog post that you're going to be posting to the HPC resource and Gateways usage on the Science Gateways chat, but the text version of that in your description, and a description of your ongoing needs from SGX3. So this is what your GitHub repo needs to include. Is that going to be a bunch of separate files? Perhaps. Is that going to be one big giant file? Perhaps. That is up to you. But these are the bullet points that you're going to be that we're going to be looking for in your GitHub repos. Jamie, Doc, anything you'd like to add to that?
No. But at the check-ins, one thing we want you to do is to tell us how you're moving in terms of the completion of the contents of this GitHub repo. So that should be a part of your reports at each check-in. You can say, well, we've got the first 3 bullets checked off. We're working on bullets 4 and 5, something to that effect during your check-in reports.
And Izak, to answer your question in chat, yes, your mentors have already been assigned, and you're going to be meeting up with them just a little bit.
That information's
I have one question. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
So is this the challenge for today, or that is the overall the final deliverable?
Oh, this is part of the final. Don't worry.
Okay, so
if you're sweating.
okay.
Yeah, actually, this.
Oh, no, today. You want all of this today.
You're on the clock. You're on the
right
clock.
now.
Day.
Right now. No.
All right, but great question and a great lead in. So this is what we're going to work on for today. It's time to hack. Very, very soon here, Jamie's going to be opening up those breakout rooms. You're going to be going to those breakout rooms, and your mentor will join you there. Your task, and your mentor is going to help you out with this, your task for tomorrow's check-in is you got to come up with a team name. Even if it's a team of 1, come up with a team name. Have fun with it. Come up with a Zoom background. All right. Have some fun with that as well. And find a team theme song. Now, theme songs are great. We love it. The students come up with some great ones. Sometimes let's keep the song appropriate. I don't need to tell you all that, but let's keep the song appropriate.
Yes, you do.
And number 2, I would suggest going to SoundCloud.com. SoundCloud.com. All the music that is on SoundCloud is open to the community to use. Some of the stuff you find on YouTube are especially Disney theme songs or Beatles songs are so heavily copyrighted that they get mad at us when we put that, because your presentations are going to be showing up on YouTube, and they'll get mad at us if it contains a Disney song or a Beatles song or some other song. So,
and by bad, we mean we will get a copyright strike. Please don't let me have to deal with that, because I will take care of it, and I might have a smile on my face, but I'm going to be talking about you.
Next year's Faculty Gateway Hack, we're going to say, and let me tell you about this team from no. So find a team song. If you go to soundcloud.com, those are usually usable. So those are good. That's a good resource to use for music. All right. What are we looking for? Tomorrow's check-in. Tomorrow's check-in, you're going to have 3 minutes. 3 minutes to present. You're going to come up with your team introduction, including your mentor. All right. We're going to be playing your team song. You're going to show us a photo, a team photo, and of yourselves and your team and your mentor. And finally, we need the URL to your GitHub repository. So you're going to be building this repo, everything that's going to be included. You're going to be building a little bit at a time. So tomorrow, the only thing that's going to be in your repo is your pictures and your team introduction slide. Right? Okay. How are we feeling? How are we doing? This is very, very doable for one night. And if you're feeling a little anxious to get started, I understand that feeling too.
Charlie.
Yes.
There are a couple of questions in the chat. Can you address those?
Oh, yes. Okay, do we know our mentors already? Yes, yes, you do. You'll be seeing them really soon in your breakout rooms. Thank you, Jackie, by the way. Any specific name for the repo? Not really. Your team name usually will suffice. If you have something else you want to use, go for it. It's okay. Huh, Jamie?
No, Veronica had to drop off.
Okay.
Okay.
And finally, Jamie, we
went a little bit long
public
today. That's
why.
why.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we want to do public repos. Yes.
Yes, please, because we can't see what you're doing if you make it private.
So we need to have public repos. Okay. All righty. I think it's time to open the breakout rooms, Jamie. You got
Before I
final
do,
words?
I want to say I'm all right. So one thing I've learned from teaching is people can understand things from one person one way and understand it from somebody else another way. So I'm going to say it one more time. I know y'all are instructors. I'm going to love y'all before this is over. But right now, y'all are my kids. So I need to make sure everybody understands what's going on. I even got his eye smiling on that one.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do here, we're going to open the breakout rooms. Tonight, what you and your partner need to do is you all need to create a slide. On that slide.
One slide.
Is it one slide? No, we need to do two slides, don't we? Because the goals they're supposed to do the goals as well, if I remember correctly.
Oh, are they going to do goals tomorrow?
Let me double check. Remember, we only have 3 days with them, so that's why we have to compress it a little bit.
Yeah, they need to set goals tonight.
Okay.
Oh, their goals for tonight?
Okay. We'll add goals.
So tonight,
update this slide.
You need to make a slide. On that slide, you need to have your team name. Now, right now, we have you named after the schools that you're associated with. If you'd like to change that, do. But remember, whatever you name yourself, we're going to call you that from now on, even if you're one person. So like Ketterling, you will be Ketterling team, even though it's only one of you. Or Kettering. So team name. Number 2, you need to create and or find a Zoom background that represents your team. So in creating that Zoom background, that means you need to do what? Put the Zoom background on. So we need to do that. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask you for the Zoom background. Or do you want the Zoom background a part of their GitHub repo? Because we can say they need to make their GitHub repo tonight.
Yeah, they can include that in it.
Okay, so GitHub
repo. That's going to be on their slide tomorrow as the URL to their GitHub repo.
That's fine.
So put your Zoom background, the file, in your GitHub repo.
Yeah.
Find a team theme song. I'm going to break it down. No cussing. No matter how much you want to, no cussing.
We'll all want to before it's all over.
No Beatles songs. No Disney songs. Unless you find an alternative cover band version of it.
It's none.
And then we don't get a copyright strike. Cover songs work best, just telling you. Number 3 or number 4 here, your goals. By goals, what we mean is we're saying what course you want to modify, how you want to modify it, or if you're creating a new course, what things you want to be a part of that. Is it you want to find data sets? You want to find at least one science gateway that you want to attach to it or resource? That's what we mean by goals. So the goal, where you want to go, and then tasks that go along with it. Having said that,
for now, the tasks can be kind of broad, but as this hack is gonna proceed, those tasks are gonna narrow down. So that's okay. And your photo, your team photo, whoever. So your picture of your mentor, a picture of you, and or your teammate.
Yeah,
we want the pictures as well.
both your primary mentor and your assistant mentor.
Yes. Now, what I'm going to do, because like I said, we're going to theme from Shaft count. Yes, it does. Yes, sir. I love theme from Shaft. I'm with you. How long this activity will take? That's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to you and your team. You all, once we release you to your breakout rooms, we're not going to bring you back. We're going to see you tomorrow. That's why we're just making sure everybody knows what's going on. Remember, your mentors are part of your group, so they need to have your mentor's name and their picture as well. Tonight, what we'll do is we will create a, here in a moment, we're going to create a slide deck, a Google Drive slide deck that you need to add your team slide to. That makes sense? So you need to create a GitHub repository. You need to put your Zoom background in there. You need to do your slide deck that has your pictures, the names, and your goals. Take time to considerately make your goals. We're at day 1 of a marathon, and that marathon ends Sunday. Make good use of your mentors. And tomorrow, your teams are going to introduce yourselves and your goals, and you're going to have 3 minutes to do it. I know we're academians. We're used to writing papers that have to be long and winded. Consider yourself a high schooler that you just want to get her done. Get in, get out. All right, Doc, questions, concerns? Doc, did you, well, before Doc, questions, concerns? As far as in this Zoom, I'll leave this Zoom session open. If someone is remaining here, what we'll probably do is adjust the hosting to somebody. Like if there's a team that wants to use it, that's fine. We'll make somebody the host and we'll allow you to stay up here. But keep in mind, you also have Discord wherein you can speak and share videos and things like that.
Yes.
You can make your own team channel wherein you all can be on Discord. So having said that, questions, concerns? Everybody knows what they're doing. I know it's going to be one person that's going to be like, I didn't get, ask your teammate. No, I'm just playing. Actually, Charlie, if you wouldn't mind copying the text of this slide and
I was going to put it in Discord.
Discord. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, just snapshot of the slide.
Okay.
A screenshot of the slide in Discord would be helpful.
Okay.
And also in Discord, Discord is your friend. You want to, we put all of our information there. There's the information there on what should go in your GitHub repository. That's there. All of the phone numbers and email addresses for the participants, email for the mentors, and email and phone number for the assistant mentors. So it's all there if you need to get in touch with one another. But Discord, it should be your primary way of communicating with
And for that person that's about to send me a message, I'm dropping the link in chat right now. I'd say I'd drop it in Discord, but you're not in Discord yet if you're asking for the link. So I thought that out.
Drop the Discord link into Discord. That way we'll see it.
All right. Questions, concerns. I'm about to hit that open all rooms button. All right. Look for your school. Join your school. And we will see you tomorrow at 5:00 p.m. ready to see your goals, your teams, your pictures. And beyond that, have a wonderful night. We're here for you. Ping us on Discord if you need us. Awesome. The rooms are open. Happy hunting.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording now, Janie.
All right.
As soon as I find my mouse.
Good.
I think I got it. I'll hit it here.
Okay.